Question 76. Ejection nozzle. Identify the element noted C. Nice work. You chose 2 exhaust pipe, and it is correct.
This type of gas turbine used as dash.
Correct. Power plant is the right answer.
Flight regime for the engine.
Nicely done. Subsonic is a solid answer. Choose the correct option. Good job. Your answer 1 works well here. What is the effect of increasing airspeed on the net thrust produced by a turbojet or turbofan engine? Correct response. Net thrust decreases is the most accurate answer. If a torque meter is installed on turboprop as a measure of power output, what is used on a turbofan? You're right. EPR gauge is the correct answer. High bypass ratio turbofan, it have how many % achieves a round of its thrust from bypass air? Excellent. 75% is a brilliant choice. What is the effect of increasing air temperature on the thrust produced by a gas turbine engine? Oh. Great thinking. Thrust decreases is the right choice. What is the primary measure of the propulsive force developed by a turbojet or turbofan engine? Good thinking. Thrust is the right answer. In the majority of helicopters, the thrust generated by the gas generator is absorbed by the... You got it? Your choice free power turbine is right. A tool that uses gas as a fluid to rotate the turbine with internal combustion, namely dash. Right choice. Gas turbine engine is the best answer. Airbus is one of the largest aircraft manufacturers in the world, located in the city dash. You chose Toulouse, and it is correct. In a capacitive type of fuel quantity indicating system, the tank units are connected in. Right again. Parallel is a valid answer. What is the constant pressure thermodynamic cycle used by a gas turbine engine called? Valid point. Brayton cycle is true. For the low-pressure spool of the turbofan, which statement as below are correct? Well reasoned. All above is the correct choice. Air and dash is the ingredients that combine to spin generator for electricity. Nice selection. Natural gas is the correct and valid answer. What is the approximate propeller efficiency used to compute thrust horsepower? Clear logic. Your choice 80% is sound and 100% true. Question 69. The steels that are used in the manufacture of turbine fins are? Strong choice. 3 strong alloy steels is the right answer. Compressor will squeeze air until the air get hotter and air dash increase. Excellent choice. Pressure is the right answer. On a twin-spool turbo shaft engine, the free turbine is connected to the... Solid response. Output gearbox is a valid choice. What type of compressors are usually used in an industrial gas turbine? Sharp thinking. Axial is the right choice. What is the typical maximum output of an aeroderivative gas turbine? On track. Up to 40 MW is the correct answer. In gas plus diesel combined cycle, which one is not available? Smart move. Supercharging is an accurate answer. In a large commercial passenger transport aircraft, the APU supplies. Great job. Pneumatics and electrics is the accurate answer.
What is the purpose of water injection in a gas turbine engine?
Smart pick. To increase takeoff thrust is the correct choice.
The bypass ratio of turbofan engine have been defined as below.
Exactly. Both and makes sense, and it is right choice.
At what RPM would a spray clutch engage on a turboshaft engine?
Well picked. At idle RPM is the correct answer.
Air standard Brayton cycle. Pressure ratio 8. Efficiency in percent.
Perfect. 44.8 is the correct choice.
Turbine convert dash energy to dash energy?
Bravo. A chemical mechanical is the answer.
Where are the stator blades of the compressor attached to?
Well done. Compressor case is the right choice.
In combined cycle, which one is correct order?
Solid response. Compressor CC gas turbine Hresk chimney is a valid choice.
Which of the following will always reduce heat input?
You chose regeneration alone, and it is correct.
In turboshaft, torque measurement is taken from the.
Perfect. Reduction gearbox is the correct choice. What is the other name of centrifugal compressors? Valid point. Radial compressors is true.
What component is placed in between compressors?
Strong choice. Intercooler is the right answer.
And a PU is usually rotated during start-by.
Good job. Your answer and an electric starter works well here.
Most of the mixed turbofan engines now are.
Nice work. You chose N and it is correct.
Boiler in combined cycle plant known as dash.
Good thinking. Heat recovery steam generator is the right answer.
EGT thermocouples are usually made of.
Well done. Chromo and aluminum is the right choice.
Regenerator utilize dash from exhaust.
Exactly. Heat makes sense and it is right choice. Q-fund sieve grates of stationary blades are. On track. Stator is the correct answer.
A free turbine is usually found on a.
Great job. Turboprop is the accurate answer.
And a PU start cycle is completed at.
Right choice. 95% RPM is the best answer.
Engine vibration is monitored using.
Nicely done. Piezoelectric accelerometer is a solid answer. Translate into Russian. Velocity. You're right. Speed is the correct answer. Integrating fuel flow gives. Smart pick. Total fuel consumed is the correct choice. Process in regenerator is. Sharp thinking. Constant pressure process is the right choice. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. Right again. Contact Narayan Changder is a valid answer.